Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for July the 14th, 2010. Now our first position tonight is going to be in the foreign exchange market, the US-Japan currency pair again. Now we had a nice move on this today. We were looking at buying this off the 88.25 level. We can see that the low we've hit 88.03. And then we subsequently closed at the 88.72 level. The market currently trading just at about the 89 level. Now, a very nice move there. We've managed to capture almost the entire move on this pair. So for tomorrow, we're going to go back in and look to repeat this exact same process. Now, I'm going to go into the daily report just so everybody can see this. We've closed at 88.72, which is again slightly higher than the last few days. So again, we're looking for a pullback to identify the pullback and a potential trend reversal here. So for tomorrow, 88.36 is our low, 88.22 is our high. So we're going to look for a move back towards the 88.40 area to again reset those buy positions. Now, our predicted short and medium term differences are both turning positive, and our predicted long-term difference has turned from -31 to -0.8. Very good indication that this is starting to reverse higher. Now, once we've got the predicted true strength indicator up here, and I want to draw everybody's attention to this indicator. We've hit the oversold territory, we've crossed the trigger, and we're now moving higher. This is a very, very powerful indicator. Our predicted MACD is now in agreement with the predicted true strength indicator with a cross to the upside, also in oversold territory. Our predicted medium and long-term differences are beginning to turn. The medium-term difference is already significantly possible and positive, and the predicted long-term difference is following. So again, we want to repeat this process and keep working these orders. Now, potential problem here was and still is the 88.94 level. Again, we've closed at 88.72. We're still in a very significant downtrend on US-Japan. So this is a counter trend, technically a counter trend position. But again, we want to keep working those orders, buying on dips as long as we have these indicators from Vantage Point. Now, the predicted true strength indicator from Vantage Point, again, about a 90% accuracy, 85 to 90% accurate. So we want to continue to work those orders. Now, our next position for tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the light sweet crude contracts. Now, you'll remember that I talked about this in the Forex Weekly Outlook for the last several weeks, and that it was my position that the move lower in the light sweet crude contracts were simply a false move. Profit taking, a number of other problems in the equity markets, simply a false break. That's pretty much appears to be what's happening. Now again, I'd like to point everybody towards this predicted true strength indicator from Vantage Point. This indicator, a very, very accurate and powerful indicator. We've now crossed the trigger right on the zero line. Now, below the zero line, there's somewhat of a negative bias that we're in a downtrend. Above the zero line is positive, and we're still in an uptrend. So again, what I see here is that the break lower towards that $71 a barrel range was simply a corrective in nature and was in fact a false break. So what we want to do here now is identify key levels of pivot support: 75.29, 75.31, and 75.94, excuse me, with a close of 77.15. So for tomorrow, 75.29, 75.31, a critical area. We want to look to get back into buy positions on the light sweet crude contracts, whether it be in the cash market or in the futures side. That's what we're looking to do. So what I'm going to do here now is go into this, look at the daily report from Vantage Point. Our neural index has turned from 0 to 1. Very positive sign. Our predicted low, 75.37. Our predicted high, 77.80. So do we want to sell this at 77.80? That's not really what I would recommend or how I'm reading this. What I would do is wait for the market to pull back towards the 75.50, 75.40, and use that pullback to enter into buy positions. That's how I like to play this. Now again, the predicted short and medium term differences both turning significantly positive. Predicted long-term differences from -62 to -14, also a very strong indication that the trend in the crude oil is going to move higher. So I like how this is shaping up, and again, key area for us to look to get into the buy positions, whether it be on the cash or future side, 75.50, 75.40, a likely area for the pullback. Now, we have time for one more trade here today, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the currency markets. Now, you'll remember that I suggested with the British pound US dollar that we want to only use any move lower on this to reset those long positions. Now, again, some very good trading on this, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up this British pound US dollar and see if we can analyze what's actually going on here. So we can see that, you know, the British pound came under a little bit of pressure on Friday, but I suggested that that was simply profit taking and nothing more. And with any weakness in the pound or any strength in the dollar, depending on how you want to assess this, that we use that to set buy positions. Now we can see this one lone candlestick is broken below the 18-day predicted moving average from Vantage Point. You'll remember in the Forex weekly outlook that I suggested only a sustained break of the 150 level will take the pressure off the top side. Well, we didn't get a sustained break. We got a little brief move below that, only for the buyers to subsequently move in there and push it higher. Now we've closed the week, we've closed the day, excuse me, at 151.79. We've hit a low of 149.65. This was a great buying opportunity. Now getting into those long positions, where does this leave us for tomorrow and the rest of the week for that matter? Well, our 3-day predicted moving average comes in at 151.14, 151.02, and 150.24. In my respectful opinion, the corrective move is done. We've moved considerably lower, as is Euro US. Now it's time to get back into those long positions and get ready for a move towards this 154 area. Now let's go into the Vantage Point. I'm suggesting 151.14 is a key area. That's the area we're going to be looking at for a pullback. Now let's go into the daily report from Vantage Point and see if it agrees with what I'm saying. Now we can see we have 150.56, 152.17. So the pullback Vantage Point on the daily basis is suggesting it's going to pull back a little bit deeper than what I anticipate. Well, for tomorrow, I can't rule out that that won't happen, that we'll get a pullback towards the 150.56. However, in my opinion, I think that's unlikely. Tomorrow we're going to use the 150.14 area to set those buy positions, and we're going to then be looking for a move back up over the 152 area. Now this presentation is being done on again Tuesday evening at about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Great Britain US has already moved above the 152 area, just to point that out. So we're going to be looking for a relatively shallow pullback for tomorrow to reset those longs, and again our target will be back in the days and weeks ahead. We'll be back in this 154 area. So those are the market positions for July the 14th, 2010. And again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com.